Deep beneath the sun-scorched earth of Chihuahua, Mexico, lies a place of incredible wonder. This is the Cueva de los Cristales, the crystal cave of Naica. Imagine a cavern filled with colossal, milky white crystals. These selenite crystals are some of the largest ever found on our planet. Some stretch longer than a telephone pole and weigh more than a herd of elephants. Yet, its beauty is a siren's call, luring you into an environment that is utterly hostile to human life. The Naica mine, primarily known for extracting lead, zinc, and silver, accidentally unveiled this hidden chamber. The cave itself is located about 300 meters, nearly 1,000 feet underground. The conditions down there are unlike almost anything you might experience on the surface. It is a natural laboratory, cooking up geological marvels under immense pressure and sweltering heat. The crystals themselves, gleaming under artificial lights, create an ethereal, almost dreamlike scene. They crisscross the cavern in all directions, forming a chaotic yet strangely ordered structure. The cave is a natural oven, superheated and saturated with moisture. Every breath is a challenge, every minute spent inside a race against the body's limits. The very existence of Naica's crystal cave forces us to expand our understanding of what's possible on our own planet. The year was 2000. Two brothers, Eloy and Javier Delgado, were miners working for the Industrias Penoles company. They were drilling a new exploration tunnel deep within the Naica mountain range. As their drill bit broke through into an unknown void, they had no idea they were about to stumble upon one of the geological wonders of the world. Imagine their surprise when, after clearing the opening, their lamps illuminated a cavern filled with enormous translucent beams of crystal. These were behemoths, some reaching lengths of over 11 meters, 36 feet, and weighing an estimated 55 tons. The air was incredibly hot and humid, almost suffocating, but the sight before them was mesmerizing. The Cave of Crystals, or Cueva de los Cristales, immediately became a site of intense scientific interest. Geologists, mineralogists, and biologists were eager to understand how such magnificent specimens could have formed. The Naica crystals are a spectacular example of what can happen when the right ingredients, the right conditions, and an immense amount of time come together in a hidden subterranean world. The creation of these colossal selenite crystals is a story of heat, water, and immense patience. Deep beneath the Naica mountain, a chamber of magma has been slowly cooling for millions of years. This magma chamber provided the crucial ingredient heat. It kept the groundwater and the surrounding limestone rock consistently hot, around 58 degrees Celsius, 136 degrees Fahrenheit. This specific temperature is vital. It's hot enough to dissolve large quantities of calcium sulfate, the raw material for gypsum, into the water. This mineral-saturated water then filled the cave, which was once an empty void within the limestone. The conditions had to be incredibly stable for a very, very long time. For selenite crystals to grow to such monumental sizes, the temperature of the water needed to remain just below the point where anhydrite would form, and just above the point where gypsum would dissolve too quickly or form too many small crystals. This delicate thermal balance, maintained for perhaps hundreds of thousands of years, allowed the selenite to precipitate out of the solution incredibly slowly, molecule by molecule, building up these gigantic structures. Estimates suggest that some of these crystals may have been growing for as long as 500,000 years. Naica is a stunning example of geological serendipity, a rare confluence of factors leading to an extraordinary outcome. Entering the Cave of Crystals is like stepping into a blast furnace. The primary danger isn't from falling rocks or getting lost, though those are concerns in any cave. At Naica, the air itself is your enemy. The temperature inside the main chamber hovers around a scorching 58 degrees Celsius or 136 degrees Fahrenheit. But it's not just the heat, it's the humidity. The air is saturated with moisture, typically between 90 and 99% humidity. This combination of extreme heat and humidity is what makes the cave so incredibly deadly for humans. Our bodies cool themselves primarily through the evaporation of sweat. When the air is as humid as it is in Naica, sweat cannot evaporate effectively, if at all. This means your body's natural cooling mechanism fails. Without specialized protection, a person could suffer severe heat stroke and potentially die within a matter of minutes. To even briefly explore this lethal wonderland, scientists and explorers had to wear specially designed protective gear. They wore refrigerated suits, similar in concept to what astronauts wear, equipped with their own cooling systems. These suits had a network of tubes circulating chilled water around the body to draw away excess heat. Even with this advanced technology, expeditions were severely limited, often to no more than 20 to 30 minutes at a time. The cave demanded respect and it punished any lapse in caution. Beyond the sheer spectacle of the crystals, Naica holds deeper mysteries. In 2017, researchers announced they had found microbes, dormant life forms, trapped inside tiny fluid inclusions within the selenite. These microbes are estimated to be tens of thousands of years old, possibly as old as 50,000 years. They had survived, suspended in a state of near animation, within their crystalline prisons, feeding on trace minerals. This discovery pushes the boundaries of where we thought life could exist, and for how long it could remain viable in such extreme conditions. The Naica system is complex, and much of it remains unexplored due to the extreme conditions and the dangers of mining. The very process of the crystal formation taking place in darkness over millennia also raises questions. The whispers from Naica are faint, ancient, and profoundly intriguing. The breathtaking beauty of the Cave of Crystals was, unfortunately, always destined to be a temporary spectacle for human eyes. Its accessibility was an artificial consequence of mining operations. The Naica mine constantly pumped water out of the lower levels to allow miners to work. This dewatering process lowered the water table, exposing the Cave of Crystals, which had been submerged for hundreds of thousands of years. In 2015, the mining operations at Naica largely ceased due to economic factors and flooding issues in lower sections of the mine. With the pumps turned off or significantly reduced, the water levels began to rise. The Cave of Crystals, along with other nearby crystal-filled caverns like the Cave of Swords, started to resubmerge. While disappointing for those who wish to see or study it further, the reflooding is, in many ways, the best way to preserve these magnificent and delicate formations for the future. Resubmerging the cave in its original mineral-rich, geothermally heated water protects the crystals from atmospheric and biological threats. It remains a hidden jewel, now once again guarded by the waters that birthed its spectacular treasures. The Cave of Crystals, though now largely inaccessible, has left an indelible mark on science. Its extreme environment and the colossal formations within have provided a unique natural laboratory. Studying Naica has expanded our understanding of mineralogy, showing us the upper limits of crystal growth under specific geothermal conditions. The discovery of ancient microbes trapped within the selenite crystals was a landmark moment for astrobiology and the study of extremophiles. It demonstrated that life can persist in dormant states for incredibly long periods, shielded within mineral structures in environments that would otherwise be considered utterly inhospitable. Naica teaches us that Earth is full of surprises, with hidden wonders that can reshape our scientific paradigms. While the great crystal giants of Naica are now slowly returning to their watery embrace, their legacy continues. The Crystal Cave of Naica stands as a monument to the power of nature, the persistence of life, and the unending human quest for knowledge.